It's Archie Campbell on Country Music Time. Well, howdy there, friends and neighbors. This is Staff Sergeant Don Sturgis with a great big welcome to Country Music Time. Brought to you from Nashville, Tennessee, the hometown of country music, by your local Air Force recruiter in cooperation with this radio station. And now here in person is the star of this week's show, Archie Campbell.
I'm packing my grip, leaving today, taking a trip California way. I'm gonna settle down and never more roam, and make the San Fernando Valley my home. I'll be making amends, making new friends, where the west begins and the sunset ends. 'Cause I've decided where yours truly should be, and it's the San Fernando Valley for me. I think that I'm safe in stating she will be waiting when my lonely journey is done. And kindly old Reverend Thomas, he made us a promise he would make the two of us one. So I'm hitting the trail to the cow country. You can forward my mail, care of RFD. 'Cause I've decided where yours truly should be, and it's the San Fernando Valley for me. And it's the San Fernando Valley for me. Thank you very much. The name of that little ditty was San Fernando Valley. And I'm certainly glad to be here. This is Archie Campbell for Country Music Time. And for our next number here, it's a new thing, written by one of the greatest songwriters of all time. And the day I wrote it, I knew it'd be a hit, along with Chet Atkins. We'll call this the Poet Song. Introduction, slaves. I, he's a poet, I know it. Sing one more verse, it's worse than the first. You're singing off key and you show it. There was an old man from New Hop who cut his big toe and his nose off. They sewed back his nose where his big toe goes. When he sneezes, he now blows his sock off. There was an old man from Bombay who swallowed some seeds one day. When 1 month had passed, he was covered with grass and he couldn't sit down for the hay. He's a poet, I know it. Sing one more verse, it's worse than the first. You're singing off key and you show it. There was a young student named Ned who ate before going to bed 20 hot dogs, 3 fish, and a frog. And when he woke up, he was dead. There was a young lady named Perkins who simply doted on gherkins. In spite of advice, she ate so much spice, she pickled her internal workings. He's a poet, I know it. Sing one more verse, it's worse than the first. You're singing off key and you show it. There was a young feller named Danny who remarked one day to his granny, a canner can anything that he can, but a canner can't can a can he? There was a young gal from Alabama who said to her young lover Sam, if you kiss me, of course, you'll have to use force, but goodness, you're stronger than I am. I, he's a poet, I know it. Don't sing anymore, this song is a bore. We're finished, we're through, you've had it. And now we're going to have a word from a friend of yours and mine to you young boys who might be interested in the Air Force. Here is Staff Sergeant Don Sturgis.
All righty, Archie boy. You know, recent servicemen, you sometimes hear people say, Bob had a chance for a good career, but he let it go by. Well, don't let that happen to you, young fella. Now's the time to take a new look at your future in the United States Air Force. Here's why. The new age of space is just beginning. It will be an exciting era, full of challenge and promise. Quite naturally, the Air Force will be on top of many new space-age innovations as they are developed. For this reason, the Air Force needs skilled technicians now. If your specialty is needed, and it may be, you'll have an important job with a guaranteed future. You'll find the Air Force is anxious to advance you according to your abilities. In addition, you'll get 30-day annual paid vacations, tax-free allowances for food, quarters, and clothing, plus many other Air Force extras. Remember, your service gain skills are more important now, where the age of space is now, in the United States Air Force. See your local Air Force recruiter for full details on a great future in the new age of space.
Thank you very much, Don, and that is good advice for all you young fellers. We have our guest here today, a young lady, Skeeter Davis.
Thank you.
And what do you have for us, Skeeter?
I'd like to do one of my songs that I've got recorded called Set Him Free. Set him free, for I love him, you see.
Order in the court. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do. Judge, I've never believed in divorces unless they just have to be. But after you've heard my story, then I know you'll set this man free. It began right after the wedding. She cheated and she lied from the start. And I could see from the way they were headed, this woman would soon break his heart. Set him free, for I love him, you see. The three of us were always the best of friends. But when I leave this courtroom, Judge, I know our friendship ends. If you could have heard the awful things that I've heard her say, why, she'd call him names and slap his face, and he'd just turn away. And the nights we went out for fun, it was all so plain to see then. She'd dance all night with someone else and leave him there with me. Set him free, for I love him, you see. Now I ask you, Judge, to understand. Think it over slow. You see, I fell in love with him, and I don't care who knows. Well, I'd respect him as a husband, and I'd treat him like a man. And I know I can help him find more happiness than this woman ever can. Well, Judge, you've heard my story. It's true as true can be. I've even told you that I love him. So, Judge, won't you please set him free? Set him free, for I love him, you see.
Thank you very much, Skeeter Davis. Now for our final number. It's one of my favorites. I certainly hope it's one of yours, along with the help of Jimmy Self and Dottie Sills. We'd like to sing the 90 and 9. There were 99 that safely lay in the shelter of the fold, but one was out on the hill goes away, far off from the gates of gold, away on the mountain, wild and bare, away from the tender shepherd's care, away from the tender shepherd's care. But none of the ransom ever knew how deep were the waters crossed, nor how dark was the night that the Lord passed through ere he found his sheep that was lost. Out in the desert he heard its cry, sick and helpless and ready to die, sick and helpless and ready to die. But all through the mountains thunder ripped, and up from the rocky steep there arose a glad cry to the gates of heaven, rejoice, I have found my sheep. And the angels echo around the throne, rejoice, for the Lord brings back his own, rejoice, for the Lord brings back his own. Thank you very much. This is Archie Campbell. I'd like to say that I've certainly enjoyed being a part of Country Music Time for the U.S. Air Force Recruiting Service. If you'd like to make any comment by mail, just send your card or letter to Recruiting Publicity Center, Governor's Island, New York 4, New York.
Your local Air Force recruiter, in cooperation with this radio station, has presented Country Music Time. Country Music Time is produced by the Recruiting Publicity Center for the United States Air Force. Now this is Staff Sergeant Don Sturgis saying goodbye and reminding you that if you enjoyed this edition of Country Music Time, to drop by and see your local Air Force recruiter and tell him about it. And now, until next time, remember, today and tomorrow, you're better off in the United States Air Force.